Hey everybody, you're very welcome to In Forest and Lands. I'm Joe Price, Wilderness Skills Instructor, and standing behind the camera on this beautiful spring day is Ida Olsson.
Hello everyone.
I'm actually making this video just as a chat to you guys, and also it's not a sponsored video, it's just me wanting to answer a question that I see kicking around on an awful lot of forums. I am a big proponent of silky saws. For those of us who are out there, I think they're amazing value for money, and as always I'm looking to get the job done fast so I can get sitting around the fire and drinking coffee, and there is nothing better than a silky for that. But on the forums I see so many people snapping blades and then complaining and so on and so forth, and if you're snapping a silky blade, it is just because maybe you're making that change from a push-pull saw to a pull saw. Silky blades are thin, but that's what makes them good, and you need a bit of practice. But then people say the blades shouldn't break anyway, and they're too expensive, and where can I get replacements, and all these problems that kind of come with it. Well, Silky do make replacements, my guys and gals, and here they are here. These are for the Outback series, which is my favorite series that I use, but whatever Silky you want to use, feel free. But these are the replacement blades. And in fact, there is a dealer in almost every country in the world, so you don't have to pay all those import charges and taxes and everything else that come with it. And we will leave a list from Silky themselves to the global distribution network from their website, where you can find a Silky dealer near you and find yourself some saw blades. Now, once you go out and find the saw blades, they're actually pretty cheap for what they are, and that's again a kind of a matter that depends on everybody's pocket and what they want to do in the woods. But for what they are, I find them very affordable. Now, I'm in the woods 4 to 5 days a week, and I use them around my home too for when I'm pruning in the garden, and I only ever have to change my blades maybe once every year and a half, maybe a bit faster if I'm chopping bone. Stick around for that video later on down the road. But these blades are very easy to change, very easy to switch out in the field, don't require any tools, and you can get on about enjoying the outdoors, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So first things first, I'm going to just pop the blade that I need. That's for my Pocketboy, and this is for the aptly named Bigboy. I'm going to use my Leatherman for this. I have actually changed Silky blades using only a stick in the woods, a pointed stick. Put him down here. Take the blade out from the top. Do not leave any litter in the woods. And what I like to do is I'm going to leave this covering on, and I'm going to switch out this blade here. There is a simple screw and washer system on the top, and like I said, the blade does become loose over time. I prefer to keep my blade loose for fast deployment, and then just be careful when I'm putting it away, but you can adjust the tension as you want. I simply hold it under my arm, place my finger here, and it's a light turn left or right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Then you want to flip it up so you don't lose the washer, because washers do fall out. And there is the fastening system that you can see that requires it. I'll just stick them in my skyrocket. Pop my blade out. Leave her there, and there you have your handle. Then I simply move the cover down a little bit to protect myself. Pop her back in, line up my holes, make sure everything is square where it needs to be at about 90 degrees. And then it's simply a matter of putting my washers back in and everywhere where it needs to be. Place my washer in the top, and in the washer part goes the flat head or the Phillips head. I then flip her over, take the other side, give it a couple of turns to get it seated. And everything on Silkies is so machined. Again, these are made for arborists, people in the field, people who have to replace these on job sites. And then I just get it to where it needs to be. There we go. Blade centered. And this is really for adjusting tension on it, so we'll just leave a bit of tension there and see where it goes. That's a bit tight for where I want it, so I'll take it back half a turn. Take my blade covering off. And we are back in the game. A little bit more of a tighten to make sure it's centered when the blade is open. And that is perfect. And that's how quick and easy it is to change a Silky saw, to get your blade centered where you want it to be, and then you can just make some fine adjustments. I also like to keep it a tiny bit on the looser side, just in case I got to use a 2-cent coin will open this, a sharp rock, or like I said, a sharpened stick, and you can twist it and change your blade if you need to, rather than carrying around a Leatherman. Don't ever stick your knife tip in here. It's a very quick way to lose your knife tips. But they are very easily available, very quick to change, and it's a way of increasing the longevity of your saw. I absolutely adore Silky, and I've been using them for many, many years. years. And if you're thinking of making that purchase, hopefully I can get in there. But we see all those negative comments on the forums. Trust me, if anybody has broken a Silky blade, it's usually when it's the first time they've used a Silky saw. I have even been that person. But when I broke my Silky blade, that is what actually inspired me many years ago to look for a replacement blade. It was so easy to find. Unlike the cheaper versions of the saws that maybe break or maybe have parts that snap off, and trust me, some of those little folding saws are just not worth that hassle, that break and fall apart. You then have to throw away the entire saw and then buy another saw, and that's not exactly good consumerism or great for the planet. So I'd much rather switch out a blade like my razor at home and continue on using the base of the product. So hopefully now that kind of clears that up and people have taken the mystery out of it, and it inspires you to go out and get a tool that's going to last you for the rest of your days. This video is not sponsored. I just wanted to make it to share with you guys the reason why I like them, and also answer some of those questions I see on forums. I hope to catch you in the next video, and as always, if you want to share your experiences and stuff in the comment section, Silky saws and all that are not above criticism. Please share them below. I'll pin all the best comments to the top, and if you are using a saw in a video and you want to tag me, we can again build on this series and enjoy the time in the woods, because remember, if you're the only expert in the room, chances are you are in the wrong room. So get out there and enjoy nature, and we will see you in the next video.